All right, so let's jump right into this one. Have you ever wondered what would happen if the rules of reality just got deleted? Like 1 minute physics is a thing, the next it's gone. That's exactly what we're diving into with Mana Outbreak, the day the real world gained a skill tree. This is a story where everything we think we know gets a total system-wide reboot.
So our main guy, our guide through all this insanity, is Professor Arthur Penhaligon. He's been teaching thermodynamics for 40 years. 40. So this quote, "Energy cannot be created or destroyed," that's not just a line from a textbook for him, that's his religion. It's the absolute foundation of how he sees the entire universe.
And then, at exactly 12 p.m., that foundation just gets shattered into a million pieces. Just picture it. You're sitting in a lecture, probably bored out of your mind, and suddenly, gravity turns off. Not weakens, just poof, gone. You're not falling, you're floating. Everything and everyone is just drifting in this creepy, silent chaos. The most basic rule of the universe broken in an instant.
So yeah, that's our setup for what comes next. 404, physics not found. It's like the universe just blue-screened on us. Because just as suddenly as it left, gravity comes roaring back, slamming everybody back down to the floor. Ouch. But that's not even the weirdest part. Nope. Because then, these glowing blue screens start popping up in front of everyone's face, just hanging in the air.
And those screens, they're basically the patch notes for Reality 2.0. The message is pretty clear. Planetary reformation. It's a total overhaul. The old laws of physics, deprecated. Replaced by something called the system. Matter and energy? Nah, we use mana now. A predictable reality? Forget about it. The world just got a whole new operating system, and we're all living in it now.
So, the first thing this new system does is hand out a test, a pop quiz for every single living being on the planet. It's called the resonance check, and what it's checking for is, well, can your body even handle this new mana-soaked world? Can you exist in this new reality? And you really, really don't want to fail this test.
And we see why almost immediately. One of Arthur's students, a kid named Lucas, starts to glow with this awful, sick-looking light. And he fails. But he doesn't just, drop dead. No, it's way worse. He transforms. He twists and changes into this thing, a level 1 mono-wisp, basically a screeching ball of raw, wild energy. And just like that, Arthur is face-to-face with the very first monster of this new world.
All right, so that's the new reality. Monsters are real, physics is a lie. So how do you even begin to survive that? Well, the system offers a way. Or maybe it's less of an offer and more of a command. Everyone is forced to make a choice, a big one, that's going to decide what they become in this crazy new era.
And for pretty much everyone, the choices look like they're straight out of a video game. You've got your standard starter pack, pick warrior for smashing stuff, mage for throwing fireballs, or scout for being sneaky. You know the drill. These are the basic templates the system hands out. Easy, simple, and completely devoid of any logic Arthur recognizes.
But see, Arthur isn't like everyone else. He's a scientist. He spent a lifetime taking chaos and finding the rules that govern it. So when he looks at this system, he doesn't see magic, he sees buggy, inefficient code. He's not looking at the menu, he's looking at the source code. And because of that, something amazing happens.
He gets a pop-up, hidden class detected. He unlocks something nobody else did, the Alchemist of the Broken Law. And check out this description. This class isn't about playing the game, it's about breaking the game. It's not about using the rules, it's about finding the loopholes. And its core principle? Something Arthur knows like the back of his hand. Equivalent exchange. You want to make something, you gotta give something up.
So he's now an alchemist of the broken law. And this is where things get really cool. Because Arthur doesn't start chanting incantations. He starts running experiments. He treats these new skills not like magic spells, but like a whole new set of scientific instruments.
Okay, so look how he deals with that mana wisp, his former student. He doesn't just charge in. Step 1, analysis. He sees it's not a ghost, it's a high-pressure ball of energy in a weak magnetic field. Step 2, find a reagent. He grabs a beaker of plain old water. Step 3, trigger a reaction. He uses his new skill, basic transmutation, to do something he's taught 1,000 times, split H2O into hydrogen and oxygen gas. And the final step, he lets the wisp's own energy be the spark. Boom, a controlled hydrogen explosion, he just weaponized a chemistry lecture. That's not magic, that's science.
And guess what? The system loves it. He gets a notification. Level up, level 2. For thinking outside the box, for using science, he gets rewarded with experience points. He's not just fighting back anymore, he's figuring out the rules. He's learning to game the system that has taken over the world.
So let's take a look at his new character sheet. Right off the bat, look at that intelligence stat, 18. That's crazy high for a starting character. And that's the whole point. His brain is his primary weapon. And his starter skills, basic transmutation to change stuff, and deconstruction eye to figure out what stuff is made of. The guy's literally a walking, talking laboratory.
Okay, so one monster down. But of course, it's not that easy. The next threat is even worse, and it shows just how fast Arthur has to adapt and, well, escalate his methods.
So in the hallway, he runs into this thing, a level 4 mana-stitched husk. And the name tells you everything you need to know. This isn't some creature from another dimension. This is made from people, from human biomass. The system is literally recycling corpses into these awful, shambling puppets. It's not just making monsters, it's desecrating the dead to do it.
So what does he do? He runs. Not away, but to the chemistry lab, his fortress. He's not panicking, he's planning. And this is where we see that equivalent exchange thing in action. He needs a real weapon. So he takes a bottle of concentrated sulfuric acid, and he sacrifices the cracked mana core he got from the wisp. Puts them together, uses his transmutation skill, and creates something new. A weapon called alchemical vitriol.
Now get this. This stuff, this vitriol, it's not just super strong acid. It's what the system calls a conceptual weapon. When he throws it on the husk, it doesn't burn it. It unravels it. It attacks the very magical glue, the mana bonds, that the system used to stitch it together. He's not fighting the monster. He's attacking the code that makes it a monster. It is a direct hack against the new physics of the world.
And boom, another victory. And this one gives him a huge boost. He jumps to level 4, and his intelligence stat shoots up to 24. But more importantly, he gets to pick his first major skill specialization. He chooses the Mercury branch and unlocks cognitive acceleration. What does that do? Oh, nothing much. Just lets him think so fast that the world appears to be in slow motion. His mind is now, quite literally, a supercomputer. So Arthur's getting stronger, for sure. But now the story zooms out. It's not just about one professor surviving in a lecture hall anymore. We're about to see what's happening to the rest of the world, and it's not pretty. When Arthur finally looks outside, civilization is, well, it's gone. The university quad is a war zone. And those students who picked the simple warrior and mage classes, they've become little warlords. They're using their new powers to bully everyone else, creating a mana tax on anyone who wants to survive. The old rules are gone, and the only new rule is might makes right. And right when this brutal new normal is starting to settle in, the system drops another bombshell on everyone. A message appears in the sky for all to see. Global event, the first dungeon has manifested. And where did this first ever real-life video game dungeon appear? Of all places, the university library.
But this isn't an optional side quest for extra loot. Oh no, the system makes the stakes terrifyingly clear. There's a countdown timer, 22 hours. If the dungeon isn't cleared by then, the entire zone gets erased. Not destroyed, erased. The university, all the survivors, the new warlords Arthur, everything and everyone inside the zone will just cease to exist. It's a pass/fail test for the entire area.
And that's where we're left. It all boils down to this one huge question. When the world is suddenly run by a new set of rules, what's better? Being strong enough to play the game well, or being smart enough to find the exploits and hack the code itself? Is true power in the muscle or in understanding the system?